So imagine buying a home with no consumer debt and a fully funded emergency fund. That sounds like winning to me. So hey guys, it's Jeanetta from Cash and Curls, and today we are talking all things home ownership. Specifically, 5 things you should consider before entering the world of home ownership. So the first thing is to focus on one goal at a time. Okay, so paying off debt and saving for a down payment are 2 major financial goals. So if you want your home to be a blessing and not a burden, I highly recommend that you continue to finish cleaning up your debt and then save for your down payment. I do not recommend that you try to complete these goals both at the same time, and I definitely don't recommend that you go into home ownership with consumer debt. So, like I said before, and I'll say it again, if you try to focus on too many goals all at once, you'll end up being unsuccessful in everything, okay? This goes for your finances and this goes for everything else in life. If you try to catch 2 rabbits, you'll end up catching neither. So today's video was actually requested from Brittany. So Brittany wrote me on Instagram stating that she is paying off her debt and she is looking to buy a good home. She states that she doesn't see how she can do that without accumulating so much more debt. So today's video is for you, Brittany, and anyone out there who is looking to get into home ownership without accumulating a lot of debts, okay? I do want to commend you, Brittany, on taking the steps to cleaning up your debt. Paying off your debt is a huge goal that should be celebrated. So Brittany, I am rooting for you. Continue to fight and push through until you are debt free. After reading your question a few times, Brittany, I feel like your ultimate goal is to get a good home. Like, you want a nice, good looking, decent home in a good area without going extremely into debt and buying a house that you cannot afford. So the next tip will be to continue paying off your debts and do not accumulate any more debt. I highly recommend that you clean up your debt, pay off your car loan, your student loans, any credit cards you may have, and I want you to make a decision to not accumulate any more consumer debt. Paying off your consumer debt will allow for you to save for your down payment a lot quicker because you don't have any extra payments hogging up your income, okay? So this is why I recommend that you go into home ownership completely debt free. The next goal will be to save a fully funded emergency fund. So this emergency fund should have 3 to 6 months worth of expenses set aside for when emergencies will happen. Okay, so before saving for a home, you want to make sure you have a solid foundation. So if something was to happen, you will have money readily available to take care of that emergency without dipping into your savings account for your down payment. Okay, so I want to highlight that an emergency fund and a house down payment fund are 2 separate things. Emergency fund should be one account and your house down payment should be another. And the next goal will be for you to set a budget, do your research, and define what is a good home for you, okay? So first things first, we have to set a budget. A rule of thumb is your monthly mortgage payment should not be more than 25% of your take-home pay. So that includes HOA fees, insurance, and taxes. So all of that should not be more than 25% of your take-home pay. You want to do your calculations and determine how much home you can actually afford. And I actually came across this really great tool provided from Ramsey, which allows for you to see how much home you can actually afford for free. I actually took this quiz right before doing this video, and I realized I can't actually afford the type of home I want. But it was very quick, it was very easy to use. It took me less than 5 minutes to see how much home I can actually afford. I highly recommend that you check out the home readiness calculator through Ramsey, and I'll actually leave the link down in the description box so that you can check it out. This really put things into perspective to me, and it let me realize that, hey, sis, you may not be able to afford your dream home right now, but that's okay. So after you set your budget, I then recommend that you do your research. Before you get into home ownership, you want to know everything you can about home ownership. I highly recommend that you check out podcasts and articles from credible real estate experts that could teach you a little bit more about home ownership. And in addition to just being knowledgeable about home ownership, I highly recommend that you just research the areas you want to live in, research the communities, the school districts, because all of those things matter as you're determining what area you're going to live in and how much home you can actually afford. Now that you have set the budget, done your research, I want you to define what is a good home for you in this current season of life. So the key phrase here is this current season of your life, okay? Right now may not be the time for you to buy your dream home. If I'm being honest with you guys, I've always dreamt that my first home will be this large, luxurious home. And after running the numbers with the home readiness calculator, I realized, Jeanetta, this is not the season. Your income doesn't match the type of home that you can truly afford right now. And that is okay. It was a hard pill to swallow, but I decided that I'm going to continue to walk out the path and continue to learn more about home ownership, because one day I will be able to afford my big dream home, okay? So I want you to actually take some time, create a vision board for your home for this current season of life. I want you to list out how many bedrooms you want, how many bathrooms you would like, exterior of your house will look like. What would the atmosphere be like in the inside of your home? What are some areas you would like to have inside of your home? Would you like a finished basement? Would you like a porch? Would you like a attached garage? Would you like a 2-car garage or a 1-car garage? I want you to get very specific about what would be a good home for you in this current season of your life. Next thing you need to do is save a down payment. Okay, so Brittany, I know your goal is to get a really good home without accumulating tons and tons of debt. And the way for you to do that is to save a hefty down payment. Okay, so if you want to avoid taking on any extra debt, the thing you will have to do will be to pay for your home completely in cash, like put 100% down. So if the home you desire is $150,000, you will have to put down $150,000 in cash to avoid debt. So if you really want to avoid debt, 100% down cash is the way to go, okay? And I know this is not doable for everyone, but some people have been able to pay for their homes completely in cash. Second best option, if you cannot pay for your home 100% in cash, will be to put 20% down in your house down payment. Putting 20% down will allow for you to avoid PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. So that's the second best option. And if you can't do that, the third best option will be to put down 5 to 10%. I can tell you that you will not avoid PMI, private mortgage insurance, but it is better than putting down nothing. You want to make a hefty down payment to avoid accumulating so much debt, okay? And this is why I stress that you want to be consumer debt free before you go into home ownership. Just imagine trying to save for a home, pay off 2 credit cards, pay off your car loan, and tackle student loans. You will not be able to put a lot of effort and a lot of money down because you're paying so many bills monthly that it's hard for you to actually put down a large down payment. So those are 5 things that I will recommend anyone do before entering the world of home ownership. Before we end this video, I do want to highlight a few resources that can actually help you get to the point where you're ready to get into home ownership and save that down payment. So the first thing is my monthly budget template. This monthly budget template is designed to help you get a gist on how to budget, okay? So in this monthly budget template, I not only give you the template, but I also give you some knowledge and some things you should consider in adding in your budget. So you can actually get a copy of the monthly budget template for free by clicking the link down in my description box. Secondly, I do want to let you guys know that I do have a debt-free tracker. And this debt-free tracker is designed to keep you motivated and encouraged to pay off your debt. I have a tracker for married folks titled We're Debt Free, or couples who are tackling their debt together. And then I have a tracker titled I'm Debt Free, which is for all the singles out there. So be sure to check out those trackers by clicking the link down in my description box. And thirdly, I do want to let you guys know that I am working on a project. I am working on creating a house tracker. So I am currently saving for a down payment for my home, and I want to make it fun and enjoyable. You guys know me, I have a tracker for everything. It will be available to you guys soon, so please stay tuned. So I actually recommend that you guys check out a few tools from Ramsey. I definitely want you to check out that home readiness calculator. I'll leave the link down in the description box. And I also want you to check out Financial Peace University. Financial Peace University, we go into depth about home ownership and real estate. In this lesson, we talk about manual underwriting. We talk about mortgages you should avoid. We talk about mortgages you should consider. We talk about putting an offer on a home. We talk about closing on a home and so much more. So be sure to check out Financial Peace University so that you can learn a little bit more about home ownership. So that is all that I have for you today. Thank you again, Brittany, for requesting today's video. If you have a question that you would like for me to answer, be sure to head over to Instagram and shoot me a DM, and I will be happy to assist. So never forget that you can win with money, and I am rooting for you. Until next time, friends. Bye.